नित याद करो मन से शिव को। शिव बाबा अलभ्य नहीं तुमको सद्गुण प्रदान किए तुमको। शिव बाबा अलभ्य नहीं तुमको सद्गुण प्रदान किए तुमको। मन दर्पण को अब शुद्ध करो, निज आत्म में तेज प्रकाश भरो। मन दर्पण को अब शुद्ध करो, निज आत्म में तेज प्रकाश भरो। अब दिव्य करो निज जीवन को, नित याद करो मन से शिव को। अब दिव्य करो निज जीवन को, अब दिव्य करो निज जीवन को। अब दिव्य करो निज जीवन को, अब दिव्य करो निज जीवन
बड़े नसीबों से चुराया है किस्मत की लकीरों से। मिले हो तुम हमको बड़े नसीबों से, चुराया है किस्मत की लकीरों से। तेरी मोहब्बत से सांसें मिली है, सदा रहना दिल करीब होके। मिले हो तुम हमको बड़े नसीबों से, चुराया है किस्मत की लकीरों से। मिले हो तुम हमको बड़े नसीबों से, चुराया है किस्मत की लकीरों से। तेरी चाहतों में कितना तड़पे हैं, सावन भी तुझ बिन कितने बरसे हैं। जिंदगी मेरी सारी जो भी कमी थी, तेरे आ जाने से नहीं सदा ही रहना तुम मेरे करीब होके। चुराया है किस्मत की लकीरों
I saw him 45 years ago. And like when I was in that phase of making decision about my life, that being an engineer outside, no spiritual background, and now to change into spiritual life, it was a big decision. But you always have this question that what if after 10, 15 years I find it was just like any other organization? What I will become after 15, 20 years down the line? There is always this doubt about that what I want to become or what I will become. I saw him, and then I saw the glowing face. You must have noticed, all of you. But I saw at that time, I said, that's what I will become after 15, 20 years. I can go for it. See, it was a big help for my, making a decision. And since then, it's not I was constantly in touch with him because I came to America. I saw him only 3-4 times. But whenever I used to go to Nirvair Bhai, mostly he's very close to him, and I used to see him. We used to chat a little bit. And then last year I went to Punjab region also, and I had more chance to interact there. Since then I was saying that so many people come from India, another one, that who could be helpful in the USA. And this time we got a chance, Sister Mohini then invited him to come over here. And then we also knew in America we don't know him much. See, we knew Bridgman Bhai, we knew Nirvair Bhai, we knew few other people who come, and even in the meetings, etc. When there is double furnace meetings, usually because that is in Gyan Sarovar, so he was not very much, people are not familiar. So question was that when he comes over here, so introducing him as a yogi, yogi life. Gayatri was also mentioning that he should take up this topic, how to live a yogi life. And yogi life is also not only yogi, because that is what his introduction is. 61 years ago, came to Baba, and at the age of 43, he surrendered himself. That means he left his job and surrendered completely. And right now, he is the coordinator for Punjab, Haryana, Himachal, Jammu Kashmir, Uttarakhand, and part of UP. So many places he's coordinating. About 300 centers and about 600 teachers, surrendered teachers over there. And on top of that, opened up a new retreat center, very big retreat center. I happened to go there a couple of times. So taking care of all those things. So it is not only yogi life, but dynamic yogi. The one yoga bringing the the power of yoga into actions. So living the life of Karam Yogi. So that is how we had seen him. And since he came on 7th night, and then he went to many places, Atlanta, Augusta, then Boston, then in this area, Connecticut, Yonkers here, Canada, and a few other places. And finally, he was supposed to leave yesterday. But it just happened that his meeting was somewhere, Dadi Janki was coming, postponed, so we were able to postpone his ticket too. So he was able to join us for this retreat. And here, what we are seeing, that you already have seen him yesterday, today. I don't have to go much into that, but the main thing was that we are seeing that many times we are doing a lot of surveys, we are running around in America, we are very much proactive in many things. Then how to also integrate the yoga so that it become our yogi, Raj Yogi life. So that is what I want to share few words about Amir Chand Bhai. And after this retreat, on 3rd, he's leaving for India. So take maximum benefit. Many times we say, and the topics were so appropriate that making effort for the present time, present effort, but also the foundation of the original time, early times, and that is what he will present both of them. That while making effort present time, how we can use the foundation of yoga. So, Amir Chand Bhai.
I'm not speaking.
Oh, yeah.
Om Shanti, good morning. It's definitely my fortune to be here and having this chit-chat or Q&A with our dear beloved brother Amir Chand.
So naturally, something in my mind, my aim and object, that was a little, I was away from that aim and object, and because to the family, I had to go for a little job. And at that time, I was devoting some time to various good personalities, spiritual or divine personalities, their books, all like these things. And one day, one brother, he told me that here in our city, some divine sisters have come and they give very good preach or some good instructions for practical life. And I went with him. And the very first day when I was there in the center, Baba Center, and the very first day when I was there, a thought came to me instantly that this is the place we were there to meet Bab Dada, Baba. And when we reached there, after a long journey from our center to Madhuban, taking bath fresh, then we were asked to sit in Baba's room. And then Baba and Mama both came and sat before us and gave us drishti. That drishti was so much loveful and powerful both, that just Baba gave drishti and we were all bodiless, feeling of bodiless. Very light and very loveful feelings. We could see something abnormal, I would say, in Baba's eyes. Love for, just like now a day we read in Murli, long lost and now found children. That impression, that feeling was there. And we could not control ourselves. Baba was sitting before us, giving drishti, but so love that we could not control. And we jumped, just like jumped, and embraced Baba.
Embraced. Baba.
And Baba said, oh child, yes, yes, now you have come, now you have returned, okay, like this. That feeling was there. And in Murli time also, Baba, throughout the day, there was only one morning class in those days. No other dadis, no other brother would give a class or something else. No. Only Baba's Murli morning, and the whole day we were with Baba and Mama. Somebody is leaving, somebody is coming, we all would be there with Baba. And sometimes in the daytime, Mama used to take a group of some brother and sisters towards Ducky Lake or towards other little forest land there. No, alone would go there in those days to Ducky Lake. Because forest and some wild animals also. Only daytime our breakfast we would go to with Mama for towards Ducky Lake Extra. And the whole day just with Mama and Baba the whole day. And sometimes wonderful, I would say, that we were just going to sleep in our Samal rooms there. And in those days, actually, there was later on Samal room, training center, Samal rooms later on. When we were there in our rooms, suddenly Baba would come. Oh child, you are comfortable. There is no mosquito extra, like this. So wonderful. Never in our Lokik family, even a mother and father, so caring and so loveful, never before. And that is only in that, at that time. And after Murli class, there is used to be called at the time chamber, after Murli class. And what chamber was? After Murli class, we all would go to Mama's room. A small room. Nowadays it is the Dadi's meeting room, but half of it. It was Mama's room. Mama and Baba used to sit on Mama's cot. And we all there, sitting on the ground, on the floor, and Mama, Baba on cot. Oh, there are some 2, 3 more coming. Oh, go. Close. How, where to sit? Because those who are younger, they were asked to sit in front. Go. Where to go? Then we would spread our legs in Mama's cot, sitting like this. There was no room. What to do? And Baba used to be with us for some time and then gave us toli. And sometime not in hand, but in our mouth. Direct, Baba's feeding us with love. And those are wonderful days, I would say. There was no facilities, no chairs, no sofas, no dining table. Just we used to sit in the passage and some stones before us for our dining purpose, lunch purpose, like this. Very simple life at that time. No attached bathroom, nothing. And in the morning time, Vishwaratan Dada, who is, we say that he is in Rosary of 8, Vishwaratan Dada. He was there to give us hot water, only half bucket to everyone. Because there was no such system, this was heating or like this, nothing. But we were so happy and were so, this, what we can say, so lovely feeling in our hearts or like this during those days. No facility. Sometimes taking breakfast with Baba, sometimes taking lunch with Baba, sometimes dinner with Baba. And for 4 or 5 or 6 like this, at that time with Baba. And Baba, before eating, one by one would go to Baba and take dishti and something, gitti we call, a little piece of, in our mouth. Then after that, we would take our food or breakfast, lunch with the Baba. Beautiful days, wonderful days, those days. What more?
Would you call that such loving sustenance that you all got in the beginning was a real foundation for what you are all as an example to us in current day and time?
Surely. Before that, we would hear the stories of those who were with Babas for 12 and 13 years, 300 plus. Were wonderful, such personalities. And now we realize, or I realize, that our days were also very wonderful. With Babas for almost 10 years, from 59 onwards up to 18th January 69, that were also wonderful days. No service, no literature, no exhibition. Later on in 62 or 63, a little exhibitions, pictures. But only once per program in the center, Shiv Jayanti program, that's all. So, what to do the whole day? Dadis would sit with us and narrate us those old experiences, young experiences, 12 or 13 years with Baba. They would tell us this thing, Mama sustenance, Baba sustenance, meditations like this in those days. And now we feel that those 10 years, 59 to up to Baba's 69, that is also a foundation days for us. Because no other thing, only meditations, sitting in meditation, sitting with dadis, and that it's all. And sometimes with Baba. And Mama used to visit in those days various places, various centers, because centers were also few. Then Mama will stay here with us in the center for 4 or 5 days at one center. Baba used to go to Bombay or Delhi in winter, because in those days winter was very severe there in Mount Abu, winter and rainy season. So we used to go to Mount Abu to meet Baba Dada in the month of May or June. Sometimes in September or October, some days. So Mama was with us in the centers, giving us so much sustenance. She would come there, and we would go to meet Baba in Delhi also sometimes. When in winter Baba was there in Delhi. So like all these days, the service period started later on. In those days, no.
So the foundation of really that love and sustenance from Mama and Baba, service really came later on. So you said something about how there were no facilities in those days and just half a bucket of hot water, or no necessarily no attached bathroom or things like that. But we know that these days
Satyuga, about 5,000 years before. Even 70, 80 years before there was a Satyuga. This is nowadays. Nowadays, in my days, I remember Mama, Baba, or our senior dadis. Oh, for our Kumaris, for our sisters, younger sisters, why are you earning? What for you are earning?
Why are you earning?
Why?
You mean the job?
What for? Baba would say, Baba will give you 2-time meals and 2 clothes. What for you are going? And in certain cases, when there is a problem in the family and the daughter has to earn to sustain the family, then of course it return. Then what for? And nowadays they have enough, but they prefer to go to the office. But Baba, Mama, in those days, Baba would give them advice, why not go outside in that atmosphere? Baba was caring much about their stage, their mental stage. In my case also, I was only 43. Then one day Dadi Prakashmani called me, brother, you are in job? I said, yes. I have come to know that there is a letter from government that those who have 25 years service, they can take voluntary retirement. I said, yes. Sure? Yes. Go for take voluntary retirement. I said, Dadi, I am only 43 and I am living in the center. And I am also looking after Baba's service also, but some financial earning. Dadi said, there are more who will support financially. We need your time. Then I said, okay. Then I took voluntary retirement, gave 3 months notice, retirement. On 1st September 1982, when I woke up, 1st December 92, I was not to go to office. I was feeling like a king. But that is over. Really, for 8 hours or 10 hours in office, they gave us something, but they take us so much energy. And what for? If I am free, I am away from what for? And because at that time, my younger brother and sisters, they were on their own legs, on their foot, no dependent on me. Then Dadi advised me, because there is no my responsibility now. What for? That was those days. Nowadays, okay, not coming daily, okay. Our sister will say, come Thursday, come Sunday. Not coming Thursdays, on telephone, yes. In those days, it was not allowed.
Every day you had to go to the center. So you talked about Dadi Manohar and you talked about Dadi Kumarka, but I know that you also took a lot of sustenance from Dadi Chandramani, who was called Lioness of Punjab. You want to share your experience with her?
As per today's, I tell you, I still remember Baba's words in Amrit Vela today. What Baba said, this is only purity in mind, speech and action.
Today is a drill, Amrit Vela drill.
Amrit Vela,
4:30.
Baba said, service is okay, Baba said, other things are okay, Baba said, but your deposits These are based only on purity of mind, speech and action. These are Baba's wording. Deposits. Jama ka khata, Baba ne kaha.
Accumulation.
Accumulation only. Purity based on purity and purity of mind, speech and action. That was Dadi Chandramani. She is known in our yajna, strong personality as regards purity is concerned. Baba used to send the new coming sisters to Amritsar to have training from Dadi Chandramani. All seniors in India, mostly, they are those who have got training from Dadi Chandramani. And second thing, after Baba's, as Baba was telling, the total dedication, total surrender, Brahma Baba, and the second one was Chandramani Dadi's father. After Brahma Baba, his father, a very good businessman and in Hong Kong and in Sri Lanka, but at the instance of Dadi Chandramani persuaded her father to come to Baba and later on surrender everything for the sustenance of the whole yajna. He was the second person. The big personalities in business surrendered everything to Baba. And there are so many in that family, even today, there are so many who are with Babas nowadays. So Dadi Chandramani, very strong personality, very close to Baba, but very strong in discipline. There are so many strict discipline in Punjab zone, still there, as devised by Dadi Chandramani. She would say, don't, brother and sisters, don't, single brother, single sister, should not go anywhere for service. But what others will say, we are okay, we are pure, but others, what the others would say, keep in mind that. Dadi Chandramani would say, no. 2 brother, 1 sister, 2 sister, 1 brother, okay, not 1 brother, 1 sister. Very strong things. These are little things these days. We don't so much think about it. And she would say, no, we are pure, we are okay, we are in dharana, but what would others would say, keep in mind that also. Very strong. In Punjab zone, still there is a little more efforts on these points.
So Dadi Chandramani used to be in Punjab and she was the zonal in charge, and all the sustenance given there even continues now. You touched upon this a little bit, and Baba also said today about surrendering, like how Brahma Baba had this realization, what am I going to use this wealth for when God has come and is giving this kingdom to me, and all this is going to be, destroyed when the destruction happens. And you talked about Dadi Chandramani's father, who was also a surrendered person. And we know that Baba inspires all of us, in fact, to become trustees by surrendering our body, mind and wealth. How does, yes, Baba says it in the Murli, but one also has to have that bhavana and feeling to do that. So what kind of a realization one should really feel or have, that they feel that, yes, I want to give it to Baba, I want to surrender, I want to be a trustee. yes, everybody has responsibilities, family or children and whatever. Still, Baba has a direction for everybody how to surrender wherever they are.
These days, I tell you, what I feel is there is a great contributions, dedications. There are wonderful. I am here and I have been told many things about this peace village because this harmony house here and other things and other places also wherever I was there in USA, Boston, anywhere. There so much contribution, so much financial help is coming. From where? We don't receive donations from non-BKs normally. Our Baba's children, they are a big source. Naturally, they are very close to Baba and Baba is just touching them, giving them that inner directions. It is really a big thing also. They are living with their family, they are going to offices, they are earning, they are so much giving time in offices and other things. But here in Western countries, as Dadi Janki says, there is something because the number is less. There in India the number is more. Here the number is less. Number is less and our financial needs are more rather, right? What I feel is so much these things, what you call, in India it is not like this. Here is the contributions of brother and sisters really praiseworthy. Baba is in their heart and for Baba they are going to offices, for Baba they are earning and for Baba, and that is requirement also because there is no such, so much sisters and brothers, maybe Indian or maybe other. Everybody is contributing a lot, what I feel is for Baba. And this is very good. And there is need, as Dadi Janki was sharing one day, that in our foreign countries, in Videsh, there is a need that sister and brother, those who are living even in centers, they are to earn, they are to go to offices, because the circumstances are such, because the number is less and the demand is more. So wonderful. This is also wonderful. They are real but trustworthy, or they are real trustees, what I feel. They are real trustees. In their mind is Baba. Their in mind is Baba. And they are, wherever they go, they are in such an atmosphere even. They are in a different type of atmosphere, even in offices and other where. But for Baba, they are going there, and Baba is protecting them. Baba is giving them sustenance, and Baba is giving them so much love, what I feel. So here there is a different situations. India, it is a different situation. And at that time, because the foundation was very strong, to be very strong, and then Baba's, Mama's direction those days, or seniors' direction those days, were different type. That situation was different altogether. Because the sisters, those who are to later on share the responsibility, should be very strong. In those days, sisters, those who are now in our for foreign countries, there are so many senior sisters coming from India. So definitely they are very strong. Surely Mama, Baba and others gave them such a sustenance that they are now sharing responsibilities throughout the world, wherever, in various situations, very hard days. I was told that in the very early days, when our respected Moni men came to USA and America, what were the circumstances at that time? What facilities were there? Nothing. such a hard type of living at that time. But for what? For what? For Baba. Coming from Delhi and big center Delhi, I know where our respected Didi was there in such a big center. I knew South Exchange in Delhi, a big center, and so much facilities also. But she preferred to be here in America as per Baba's or Dadi's direction, and to give sustenance to so much. So many are here, those who have received so much sustenance from our respected Moini Benji. She lived here in such a circumstances just to be, see, and by the passage of time, now there is, you all see that there is a great change. No facilities at that time, but now a little, because there are so many Baba's children, they have joined and they are making their fortune, I would say. And that is the demand of that is the need of the hour.
Okay, I know we can go on. I still have questions, but I think looking at time, probably we should stop. Anybody has any question from the audience? Please. Yes.
What is the father's name, Chandramani's father's name?
The question is, what is Chandramani Dadi's father's name?
Dada, Ratan Dada, no, I don't remember. Dada, Sindhi family. And later on, his health was not fine, and then he moved to Pune. He was there with our daughter, living in Pune during the last days. He was there.
What was their last name?
Dada, I don't remember.
During the early days of the Yajna, when Sakar Baba had to deal with stubborn children who had stubborn sanskars, who would harm the Yajna, how was Baba dealing with such children?
What?
Early days of the Yagya, Brahma Baba had to deal with children who were stubborn. They जिद करते हैं.
Oh.
How did Baba deal with those children?
Can you repeat the question?
I understand. There are some children, their sanskars are not so fine. Baba knew that, and Baba would give love to them also. And by the passage of time, sometimes there is change in them also. They behave in a different way, but moment Baba would remain cool, and they will just, with understanding, here is also, with understanding we are living with each other, with understanding. Understanding means we know that such and such person, there is such and such sanskars. So with understanding, even with Baba, even with all we are living in families, and there are so many things. Some are cooperate with us, some cooperate with us, some do not. But because they are in our family members, we just treat them, or we live with them, share with them, and also face them. In family it is, because it is family, feeling is, he is mine. He has come to me, okay. There are specialties, as Baba said in Murli, there are specialties and there are little shortcomings. There are in everyone. We are not perfect. There are a little more, a little less. By the passage of time, and Baba will give that child positive energy, love, 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 and there is a great change. So this is everywhere. With Baba, with Dadis, with the seniors, with the juniors, in those days, in these days, there are. We are just to continue. We are to move forward. There are. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Baji, for wonderful experiences from the early days and even now. So, hope we can have more time tomorrow as well to, if you have any further questions and based on the Murli or based on what you have heard or whatever you experience between today and tomorrow, we will have another session like this tomorrow morning, same time. So you will have an opportunity to ask questions in this format. Om Shanti. Okay, so now because you have been sitting for quite some time, you're going to have a stretch break and then we're going to hear itself, right? Sister Anne Crystal is going to do. Okay. We're going to be led by Sister Anne Crystal to stretch our body and then be ready for the next session. Om Shanti. With Kalabhan.
Okay.